You're driving home in the quiet evening, or staring blankly at a grocery store shelf, and out of nowhere, a completely different life flashes before you. Suddenly, you aren't a person with your current job and routine. You're living in a house surrounded by trees, growing your own vegetables, or a creator filming meaningful stories late under a desk lamp, or a traveler boarding a one-way flight across the world. Every few days, a brand new version of who you could be takes over your mind, completely unprompted. The strange part is that none of these imaginary lives look anything like each other. One day you crave total solitude, minimalism, and a quiet schedule. The next, you want a high-stakes, chaotic career in a crowded, glittering city. Yet, in the exact moment you are imagining them, every single one of these completely contradictory paths feels deeply, entirely convincing. It leaves you looking around at the people in your life, the ones who seem to have settled into their careers, relationships, or hometowns with total ease, and asking yourself a heavy question. Why does everyone else seem to fit so neatly into their lives, while mine always feels a size too small, or a size too big, but never completely right? We usually treat this as a practical crisis, assuming we just haven't stumbled across the right corporate job description, the right country, or the right hobbies yet. We treat our future like a riddle that has to be solved completely before we can begin. But what if you aren't something that needs to be figured out before you are allowed to start living? You know the feeling intimately when you're at a gathering and someone asks a completely standard question, like, "What do you do for fun?" or "Who are you outside of work?" Instead of a simple, easy answer, you feel a sudden, uncomfortable freeze in your chest, because summarizing your identity into a few static hobbies feels like telling a lie. This constant internal shifting makes every major life decision feel terrifyingly high stakes. Faced with choosing a career path, a place to live, or even just deciding what to build next, you don't feel like you're making a simple choice for the next 6 months. It feels like pulling an unchangeable lever on the future, actively closing off 10 other versions of yourself who wanted different things. When your sense of who you are feels this fluid, you don't just look at other people with casual admiration. You scroll through social media or watch a friend talk about their life, and for a moment, you completely slip into their reality. You genuinely believe that their future is the one you were supposed to have, right up until the feeling fades and you're dropped back into your own skin, feeling empty again. If you are sitting in that quiet, frozen paralysis right now, you should know that this isn't a personal defect, nor are you uniquely broken. This specific, agonizing weight of holding multiple unlived lives inside your head is a deeply human experience, and it is happening to far more people around you than anyone ever cares to admit. The longer you sit in this uncertainty, waiting for the perfect answer, the harder it becomes to commit to anything at all. Every day spent overthinking makes even the smallest, most basic actions feel like a massive gamble you aren't ready to make. And while you're waiting for things to clear up, the clock doesn't pause. Life keeps moving forward without your permission. Rent is due, seasons turn, birthdays pass, and time continues to slip through your fingers while you sit on the sidelines watching. When the stakes feel that high, doing nothing starts to feel like the only safe option. The anxiety tricks you into believing that by standing perfectly still, you are somehow keeping all of your potential futures alive. But imagine finally forcing yourself to make a choice. You put your head down and you actually succeed. You build the respectable career, the stable environment, and the exact routine you planned. But then you look around at those walls a decade later, only to realize the person who fits there is not you. That is the real dread driving our paralysis. It isn't the risk of failing, but the unspoken horror of succeeding at a life that never actually belonged to you. Choosing nothing to avoid that outcome is still an active choice. You are simply choosing to let external circumstances, passing time, and other people's decisions shape the direction of your life for you. Life has limits. Between endless responsibilities and bodies that keep getting older, you can't actually test drive every path you imagine before making a move. The problem isn't that life has too few options. It's that life is too short to explore all of them. To fix this, we have to look closely at the cliché cultural advice we've been fed since childhood. The phrase, "find yourself." It implies your true self is a physical object hidden under a rock somewhere, and if you just search the right forest or take the right personality test, you'll uncover it fully formed. When we see people around us who seem to know exactly who they are, the pressure only intensifies. But that certainty always looks more common than it really is. Some people simply commit earlier or confuse outward confidence with clarity, rather than reading a hidden map you don't possess. This way of thinking makes us instinctively believe that clear answers should come before commitment, that we need to know exactly who we are and what we want before we dare to start living, taking a step, or choosing a direction. Our imagination can compare paths side by side, but it can't verify them. You might imagine that becoming a parent will finally make you feel complete, but it's only after the child arrives that you encounter what thought can never simulate: the heavy exhaustion, the sudden bursts of joy, and the quiet fears. A portrait of a path will never tell you how it feels to walk it. No matter how many hours you spend analyzing possibilities in your head, the core reality remains absolute. You'll never think your way into a life that only experience can teach you. You don't have the time or energy to live 1,000 separate timelines. Every experience you have already lived through, the jobs you hated, or that sudden, inexplicable wave of energy during a random conversation, has been consistently giving you data, leaving behind emotional clues about what you value. As you collect them, a valid doubt creeps in. How do you know if a pattern is truly you, or if it's just something you've adapted to out of survival? Spending 5 years getting comfortable in a job you dislike is proof of competence, but it isn't your nature. Some patterns only show you what you are capable of bearing, while others show you what makes you feel alive. They are rarely the same thing, which is why you can be highly successful at a life that still feels completely wrong. You've been waiting for certainty, while life has been quietly giving you evidence all along. Instead of asking who we are, as if looking for a static label, we should ask, what is an identity actually for? It was never a final destination where you unpack your bags and stay unchanged forever. It's simply feedback. Identity isn't something you discover before living. It's something life gradually reveals as you live it. Think about sticking to a new routine for a single week, or having a difficult, honest conversation. You don't just get through it. You notice exactly when you feel heavy or when your shoulders finally relax. We usually think we need to know who we are before we do those things. But those small, real-world moments are precisely what pull you out of your head. You become yourself entirely through the act of participating in life. Tomorrow, when that familiar anxiety rolls in, stop asking, "Who am I?" Instead, turn your attention inward and ask, "What does my life already have proof for?" You don't need a lightning bolt of clarity. Just look for the quiet, repeating patterns, the work that doesn't make you feel hollow, the conversations that don't exhaust you, or the spaces where you feel grounded. Focus on those small data points instead of trying to engineer a flawless future. You only ever need to take the next honest step. When you shift your focus there, the pressure starts to loosen. You don't have to know the whole story. You just have to stop treating uncertainty like a personal failure, and finally stop trying to solve a life that was only ever meant to be lived. If you finally found the words for how you feel today, welcome. New reflections are shared every Sunday. Feel free to stay a while.